You can study in the morning, you can study at night. You can study outside by a campfire light. You can study with the Rabbi.
17 years ago, on July 3rd, Heather and I got a bit of a surprise. Heather was 33 weeks pregnant with our first child, and she started to have some discomfort. So we called the doctor. They said, you know what, go ahead into the hospital and just get everything checked out. So we went into Beth Israel Medical Center in Boston, and as she was being checked out, we were talking to the nurses about how excited we were to have our first child. Thank goodness we still had about 7 weeks, 2 months until she came, so that we had time to prepare. And then they said, yeah, you might not have that much time. You're having your baby today. And out of the blue, little Dahlia came into the world, 7 weeks early. Thank goodness for the NICU. Dahlia was able to stay in the NICU for 4 weeks. I say was able to stay there. Usually you don't want your child in the NICU, but for us it was a godsend because they taught us how to feed her, they taught us how to change her, they taught us how to do everything. And now it's 17 years later, and Dahlia's going to be a senior in high school. And tomorrow, Wednesday, she's heading off to Spain. Now, Dahlia's been away from home before. She's gone to Israel 4 times, although I've been with her each time. This is really the first time that Dahlia's going away from home, away from home, without any of us that are going to be there with her. She's not going alone. She's going with a group of other kids who are going to be studying in a Spanish immersion program. And she'll be with a host family and with leaders, but it still feels different. You know, in this week's Parsha in Chukat, the Israelites are desperately trying to get to their final destination, and they have all these foreign lands that they have to pass through. And they have to negotiate with this land and with that land and with this ruler and that ruler about whether or not they can pass through. As I think about this 17-year-old girl who's about to leave home and go travel the world, I can only hope that Dahlia has better luck on her journey than the Israelites did on theirs. 17 years. And it's amazing how time allows us to find the tools that we need to succeed in life, to make our way through our wilderness, to navigate our journeys. The Israelites needed 40 years for their journey. They needed to grow up. They needed to learn what it meant to be a free people so that they were ready to enter the promised land. It hasn't taken Dahlia 40 years, but I think she's ready for this journey. I think she's ready to go out and discover the world without mom and dad tagging along behind and making sure she doesn't fall. It's time for Dahlia to go out and navigate the wilderness and make decisions for herself. Don't get me wrong, when she comes back, she lives under my roof and I get to make the rules. But for now, I'm just going to remember that little girl sitting in the bassinet in the NICU at Beth Israel Deaconess Hospital. And I'm going to marvel at the amazing woman that she's become and the incredible journey that she's about to begin.
Let's talk some Torah. It's okay as you will see that we're bound to disagree. Don't have to see eye to eye to make the Torah come alive. Now that I've had my say, let's not waste the whole day.